Erin, your job is to deliver the economic value and activate the identity graph. Right. What is required to do that?
Of course, there's a lot of science and technology that goes in behind the scenes that, frankly, our technology team has been working on for the last 18 months, 2 years, et cetera. And, that's the crux of it. But really what's required to do that is the right kind of talent who intellectually understands that there has been a disconnect in the industry in terms of the data that we've used from an upfront planning perspective and the data that we're used from an activation perspective and measurement as well. So unless we're able to wrap our heads around the identity graph and actually pull that through the entire process to deliver a ideal consumer experience, we're missing the whole thread and we're missing the whole plot here.
Do you feel, given your purview, do you feel that creative leadership on the agency side of the business is open and ready to start making data-informed creative decisions? Are they ready to ingest data into the process?
Absolutely. I mean, there's always exceptions to the rule, of course. There's still like the creative directors with their black turtlenecks who are, thinking about things in a very traditional way. But 9 times out of 10, every creative director I talk to is really interested in making sure that the work that they're producing actually works. And that's where a data-infused strategy really comes into play. And I think also on the media side, we've become way more adept than we were even a couple of months ago in talking to our creative partners in a way that doesn't alienate them and actually ensures that that data inspires creativity and doesn't limit that. No creative director wants to hear, please make this ad that looks exactly like this with this copy and this color scheme, et cetera.
So that's really interesting. So tell me how you mediate that legacy on the agency side of finger pointing between it's media's fault and science versus it's the creative's fault. It wasn't. Yeah. How do you manage that?
It's tricky. Some of that has been mitigated in some instances where we've had client-dictated integrated teams, and that means teams sit together, they collaborate together. I think what I found particularly successful is when you have a collaborative team that sits together maybe 3 days a week, but sits back at their own home agency for the other 2 days a week, or whatever combination of those days are. Because the challenge associated with that is that you put on you get integrated into a team client, and you lose the magic of your agency and what that means. I mean, every agency person, puts on a T-shirt that says Hearts and Science that day. If you lose that, you lose the nuance and the magic associated with that agency, which will be valuable to that collaborative approach. So that, it sounds really tactical, but that to me has been a really great way for us to mitigate, to your point, the finger pointing and, media told us that it needs to be this, and creative developed something completely different. We had the awkward handshake in the marketplace, and the campaign was a failure. So that's been very helpful.